What's going on, everyone? It's time for another horror thriller film review. Today, we're actually going to talk about a film called The Uninvited. Yeah, this is like an evil twin movie almost, somewhat. It was produced by DreamWorks Pictures, June 30th, 2009. Produced by Walter E. Parks, William McDonald, and Roy Lee. It was written by Greg Rosenberg, Doug Mirio, and Carlo Bernard. And it was directed by the Guard brothers, who also did Deadshot, Roundabout Fire, Inside Out, and Shuttle. It's at a box office of only $42.7 million. It was considered a flop when it came out. And I thought this was going to be a paranormal movie, but nope, it isn't. So there's these young sisters, and they are really close and stuff. And their mom's dying, and then the father introduces them to his recent fling, who ends up going to be their like future mother-in-law, who's like almost the same age as them, and they're not too happy about it. So, but then all these weird occurrences start happening throughout it, and they suspect her of trying to kill her mother and stuff. And yeah, it has one of the more interesting twists in these early 2000s films. When I first watched this, I didn't like it because I thought it was really boring. But then, now being like 15 years later, or no, it hasn't been out for 15 years, but like 10 years later, I'm watching it, and I was like, wow, that was actually amusing. It reminded me a lot of the Japanese movie A Tale of Two Sisters. It's very similar to that, and structured that way. The review in this one was actually pretty well done and well concealed for the most part. I kind of figured it out later, like halfway through the film. But yeah, I'm trying not to spoil it right now, so I'm just going to keep it vague like that. But yeah, I thought it was pretty well done. I really liked the casting was really good too. The acting is all pretty good in this. Same with like visually, all the special effects and everything like that looks good. It doesn't look like cheap or anything like that. And overall, I thought it was an amusing film. This isn't going to be for everyone. Don't go in there thinking like it's a paranormal movie like I did, because it's not. This is more of like a horror thriller, more of a thriller than anything, with a little bit of horror elements mixed into it. And yeah, it's your pretty standard early 2000s like horror thriller, but has an interesting little twist in it, which you'll either see coming or you won't. And it works pretty well, and it definitely makes the story a bit more darker. I really enjoyed this film. I thought it was decent, way better than I remembered it, which is happening a lot recently. And then, but yeah, so yeah, check it out if you want to. I'll link the trailer down below. But I'm going to give this film 3 out of 5. So yeah, that's what I thought of The Uninvited. I thought it was pretty decent and pretty well done. It's a little underrated in my opinion, but it's definitely not a perfect film or anything. It's almost run-of-the-mill, almost, with like a couple variants here and there. But yeah, overall, you should check it out. It's a good little popcorn flick, so nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I'll link the trailer for it down below, but also link down below is my Instagram. That's where I always post clips of films I'm going to review in the future. All my stories have the film title hashtag and subject on the film hashtag, so you're aware of it. Also, my Letterbox is down below at Derek P Reviews. That's where I post my first star rating after watching the films. And my Twitter's down below at Reviews_Derek. So follow me on those platforms. Stay with this channel. Yeah, my Letterbox is Derek P Reviews. Sorry, I think I said my Twitter handle instead. But yeah, anyways, yeah, like this video, share it so more people aware of it. Comment your opinions of the film down below if you have any, and if you have any films or film franchise in any genre and on any streaming service that you want to hear my opinions on in the future, comment those down below. So I'll try my best to get to them as soon as I can, and if I can find them. Make sure you subscribe if you find something weird, obscure, and odd that you probably never thought of checking out together, and also so you hear my opinions on popular films that come out, classic films, and reviews on other things as well. And don't forget to ring that bell because, well, this one's a little short and sweet one because it's a basic film, but we're going to be talking about a new release called Devil Beneath, but it was also released in 2016 as Red Billabong. So, yeah. It's a creature feature about the bunyip in Australia. But yeah, we'll be talking about that in the next review. So make sure you tune in for that. Watch out for all those evil twins and killers in the family. And I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So until then, cheers.